Tamim al-Dari, may Allah be pleased with him, said, "When it mentioned that man, we became frightened, fearing that this creature might be a devil. They hastened to the monastery and entered it. It was nighttime, which intensified their fear. Inside, they saw a huge, powerfully built man. In the hadith, the Dajjal is described as Azam al-Insan, the greatest of men, meaning either physically massive or extremely terrifying. Tamim said, his hands were bound to his neck and his legs were shackled with iron chains from the knees to the ankles. This was how they found the Dajjal. Other authentic narrations describe the Dajjal as blind in one eye, or awar, meaning one-eyed or possessing a defect. The travelers asked him, "Woe to you! What are you?" He replied, "You will soon know who I am. Tell me about yourselves." In another narration, he said, "First tell me who you are, and then I will tell you about myself." They then informed him of what had happened to them and of the creature called al-Jassasa, who led them to him. He began asking them about events that would be signs of his emergence. He said, "Tell me about the date palms of Baysan." Baysan is a city in eastern Palestine. They asked, "What do you want to know about them?" He replied, "Do they still bear fruit?" They answered, "Yes." Then he said, "Soon they will no longer bear fruit." This indicates that one of the signs of the Dajjal's emergence will be the loss of the earth's blessings. Other hadiths also mention severe drought and famine before his appearance. He then asked, "Tell me about Lake Tiberias." It is located in Palestine, about 40 kilometers north of Baysan. They said it had abundant water. He replied, "Soon it will dry up." Then he asked, "Tell me about the spring of Zugar." Zugar was one of the cities of the people of Prophet Lot, peace be upon him, located near the Dead Sea. They said it had plenty of water and was used for irrigation. Instead of saying it would dry up, he asked a more important question. "Tell me about the prophet of the unlettered. What has he done?" He was referring to Prophet Muhammad. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. The Dajjal used this description to demean him, as others had done before. But in the Quran, this description is a praise, not an insult. They told him, he left Makkah and settled in Yathrib, Medina. He asked, "Did the Arabs fight him?" They said, "Yes." He asked, "What was the outcome?" They replied that the prophet prevailed and the people followed him. These events indicate that the encounter occurred after the conquest of Makkah, around the 8th or 9th year after the Hijrah. Eventually, the Dajjal said, "I will tell you about myself. I am al-Masih ad-Dajjal. Soon, I will be permitted to emerge. I will travel across the earth in 40 nights, reaching every city except Makkah and Medina, for they will be protected from me by angels." The prophet then struck the pulpit with his staff and said, "This is Taiba! This is Taiba! This is Taiba!" He continued, "I liked what Tamim told me, for it agrees with what I had already told you, that the Dajjal will emerge from the east. His first appearance will be in Khorasan, a historical region in eastern Iran and western Afghanistan, shortly before the Day of Judgment, by the permission of Allah. Thus, there is no doubt that these events will indeed take place.